wisdom, wisdom.
Wisdom as Unit 7
Wisdom. I was out there in the wilderness, yeah, on the streets of Babylon. People rushing, doing wicked now. Made me wish that I was home. The king of Babylon sits upon his throne, trying to make us all his fools. Ooh, always tempting to do unrighteousness. You wanna make us break our rules. I really wonder, will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom. God gave us wisdom, wisdom, and that's without a doubt. When He taught us all His law, people rushing, doing foolish now. Now it seems that we are lost. I love your wisdom. Won't you stay with me? Hold me in your arms so tight, with all your might. And after Lucifer, we'll get you, that's for sure. Hold on to wisdom, that's your life. Oh, will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Oh Lord, wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Oh Lord, oh Lord. I need to go with you. Oh, talking about wisdom. Will you still be by my side? Will you hold me in your arms? Will you rock me? Wisdom, will you rock me? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you care for me? Wisdom, 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 wisdom. Oh, in the morning when I rise, will you still be by my side? Will you hold me in your arms? Will you rock me? Wisdom, will you rock me? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you care for me? Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. In the morning when I rise, will you still be by my side? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you hold me? Hold me? Wisdom, will you love me? Will you hold me? Will you care for me? Hold me, love me. Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? All the good things in life. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Will I see you in the early morning once again? Will I see you in the early morning once again? wisdom, will I see you in that moment? Once again, wisdom, will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you rock me? Will you side? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you care for me? Wisdom. Wisdom, wisdom, la 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 la,
Wisdom as unit 7
wisdom. I was out there and
Praise y'all. Beautiful song, dog. I suspect it was doing a playback over. My name is Yam Suf. This is the Real Talk for Real People Study Show, where we study the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We get some perspective on our enemies, and we certainly get some perspective on ourselves. And because we need that perspective. Seeing that, certainly in the case of Donald Trump, and we have brothers and sisters right now as I speak saying, what's going on? What's happening? What's up? What time it is? Here on the Real Talk for Real People Study Show, we will tell you what's going on, what's happening, what's up, whatever, because we don't know. And you know why we don't know? We failed to study. Certainly we failed to study the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we failed to get some perspective on our people and certainly keep an eye on our enemies. I, along with Nisanya, the administrator of the show, Maisha, and my friend and brother from New York City, Brother Kadri, fellow elder on the council also, here tonight to bring your studies to you. The lesson plan for the night before I bring them on to introduce themselves. The lesson plan tonight is to go back over Maccabees chapter 6. During the process of the show last night, a call came in, and so I was distracted. And I didn't do my best in these studies. But believe you me, I will when we come back. Also, Brother Kadri will be studying in the book of the prophet Amos, chapter 8. And it goes as visions of the summer fruit. That's about it. Vision of the summer fruit in chapter 8 of the book of Amos. And after that, we do that. I will read to you the study. Well, the studies, give you some studies in the Charter of the Nation, the continuation of that process, and also the Constitution of this nation while we are in captivity. Why, you may ask? Yeah, so why you talking about some old charter and some old Constitution? We somewhere else. That may very well be so. But why you someone else, well, somewhere else don't know who you are and where you at? Why not gather yourselves together as the Most High has commanded you? And during the process of gathering yourself together, don't gather yourself together like a bunch of bricks. Gather yourself together, cemented by the word of the Most High, and do something with that gathering. And by the looks of it, you're going to need it. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And when I do these studies in the book of Maccabees, the second book of Maccabees, I'm going to break it down to you like you 4 years old. Praise Yah. So without further ado, let me introduce my Esau to you, Sister Nisanya. And then after her, Brother Kadri, my friend and brother from New York City. Nisanya, your mic is hot. May the Most High bless you.
Thank you, Yamsu. Shalom, shalom, family. All praises to the Holy One of Israel. I'm so happy to be back. Ready for the studies. All praises.
Thank you, Esau. All praises. You're certainly correct. Brother Kadri.
Shalom, shalom, family. Bless Yah, O my soul, and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Holy One in Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael. Thanking him for another day and all things and everything. Brother Yam Sufari, Sister Nisanya, shalom. May the Most High bless y'all. How y'all doing?
Thank you, brother. If I may speak for my friend, and I'm sure Nisanya will say something in that regard. How you doing, brother? We're doing rather well. Thank you. And we pray that you're doing well also.
Yes, sir. Giving thanks for another day, life, health, and strength. And that song you played, Wisdom, I
Yes,
think
brother.
that should be included in the charter and the Constitution because, yeah, we need wisdom for sure.
You better believe it, my brother. You better believe it. Praise God. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. Thank you, Nasanya. So without further ado, let's get started on these studies. 2nd Maccabees, chapter 6. Remember, I always said, if you don't know what universal white race supremacy is, how it looks and what it stands for, you're going to be totally confused about everything. I got that from an elder brother, Neely Fuller Jr., and I put these things together. And thanks to him, I was able to execute wisdom and understanding, put these facts together. And I came up with the last kingdom. Because the last kingdom is not a kingdom per se that has one fixed location. It's a universal kingdom. It spans throughout any horizon and a border. It's a universal concept. It proselytizes you into becoming part of it. And if you ain't part of it, they will get with you. It's just that simple. 2nd Maccabees, chapter 6. Shortly after the king, this Greek sent Gerones, this Athenian, will agree to force, not to talk to him, and so to force the Yehudites to violate their ancestral customs and to live no longer by the laws of the Elohim. They did that in our ancient fathers' time, and they did that in these modern times before this, contemporary times, by way of the Native American in this land and by way of the capture and introduction of us to these foreign captivities. They forced these things upon us. That's why we don't know who we are, what we are, and what we should be doing. We're totally confused about everything. That's why we say, what's up? What's happening? What's going on? What's going to be? Because we don't. And you know why we don't? We don't study. What did they say? You want to hide something from a so-called brother and a sister? Put it in a book. They're not going to study it. They like to be entertained. They like foosball. They like basketball. They like all kind of ball, but the right ball to get it on the ball. Like my father-in-law, Nasonya's father. I repeat it all the time. You know, he was a conscious Hebrew. It was like Mr. Airy. And Nasonya's father, he said, I was boy, you on the ball. Yeah. And Yom Suk is saying the very same thing. Some of us are not on the ball because we don't study the word of the Most High, sadly. And the things that happened to our ancient ones is so, again, repeating itself because you refuse to study. And if you refuse to study, things will repeat themselves. But I want you to get to the mind. Yeah, Brother Cottrell.
Yam Sufari.
Yes.
These are the same people that's doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The
That's what I'm saying.
Greco-Roman Empire created the New Testament in order to
That's
do
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The New Testament in order to do what? In that first chapter, the verse that you read.
Okay.
To
force us to violate our ancestral customs and live no longer by the laws of the Elohim. And it certainly has been working for them in that regard, Brother Cottrell.
Isn't that what the New Testament says? That the laws are no more, that Jesus fulfilled the laws and we ain't got to do them no more?
Well, that's what they say. But just because they says things, Brother Cottrell, you and I know better, and the sister Nasanya know better.
Watch out there
What
now.
I'm saying is this is where it started, right here.
Exactly.
And the New Testament is a part of their scheme to get us away from the laws of the Most High.
Bingo, Brother Cottrell. Bingo, you win the prize. And you're certainly correct, my dear brother and friend. You're certainly correct. You know why you're correct, Brother Cottrell? Because you're morally obligated and duty-bound to do these studies just like we are. That's what gives you a leg up. And that's why we implore our brothers and sisters, Brother Cottrell, to do these studies. We're not trying to make ourselves look better, feel better. We just want the people to get on the same page, the same formation, and come in alignment with the Most High, to know who you are, what you are, and what you should be doing. And follow the mandates of the Most High. Gather yourselves together. Praise Yah. Thank you, Brother Cottrell, for that statement. And in continuation, verse 2. And what in addition did they want us to do? Profane the temple in Jerusalem and dedicated to Olympian Zeus. You take a Z out of there and put something else in there. Contrary, it'd be something else, ain't it?
That's
On
what
the
it
mount.
is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Gerizion and one on the Mount Gerizion to Zeus, patron of strangers, as the inhabitants of the latter place had requested. That's why they brought the Roman Catholics were good. Roman Catholics were good at that, Brother Kaja. The enforcement of that, just like they did our ancient. They brought us into help to introduce, bringing us into captivity. They helped to introduce us to bringing us into captivity universally. These so-called popes and so on and so forth, and to force us to take our names, to take our identity, to say who we were, what we were, and what we should be doing. Thus, as a result, we're totally confused about everything, Brother Kaja. Sister
And Brother
Nasanya,
Yamsu Fari,
yes, my friend.
I hope you caught it, because Zeus represented what? He also instructed to profane the temple in Jerusalem. That's what Zeus represents.
Exactly.
And to dedicate it to Zeus, who is ahead of these people who's profaning the temple. And to dedicate
Exactly.
the sanctuary on Mount Gizrim to Zeus, if you just put a J in there.
Exactly.
The hospitable. Who's he hospitable to?
Okay.
Requested by the
That's it.
people who inhabited the place. Everybody, every pagan idolatry was accepted by this God.
Exactly. Everything they did. Everything they did. It's true, Brother Kaja. That's why these studies are essential, Brother Kaja, my dear brother and friend, because of the fact, as the song alluded to, wisdom and understanding. If you have wisdom and understanding, these things are easy, understandable for you. But if you don't, you're lacking in it. You go say, oh, young shoot, they talk crazy as hell. Kaja, you don't know what you're talking about. The Sonya, what the hell she talking with them old ass fool for? Because you're looking for justification. You're looking for justification to justify what you're doing. You're looking for justification to justify you not turning to the Most High. You're looking for justification while you're not crying out to the Most High for our ancient and for ourselves. You're looking for justification while you're not gathering yourself together to do something constructive and positive. You're looking for justification for not taking care of widow women. You're looking for justification for not taking care of orphans. You're looking for justification while we're not taking care of each other. You're looking for justification while we're not doing good, because we don't know what to do good. But the Most High showed us by these studies how to do good. He showed us by the study of King David. He showed us by the contrast studies of King Shlomo, King, our first king, a contrast of what was good for us, King David was concerned. He showed you by virtue of our studies by Abraham, our mother Sarah, showed you how to do good by verses of Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. He showed you how to do good by verses of Queen Esther, while in captivity, just like we are. So these studies are not a warm feeling. Oh, I feel good. I'm a Hebrew. Like, well, they were so good. I ain't gonna do good. I'm gonna do what I want to do, how I want to do it, when I want to. Because I don't know what's up. I don't know what's happening, and I certainly don't know what time it is. I'm just feel good about everything.
And y'all Safari.
Yeah, my brother.
Not to interrupt you, but you're about to find out what happens when the Most High's law is done away with.
You better believe it.
This is what they did. They profaned the temple, and they didn't allow us. They wanted us to forsake the laws of our ancestors and watch what transpires. We know the punishment that y'all gonna put on us based on what the prophet said. But this is literally how it happened. What we're reading.
Exactly. This is how they do it. This is modus operandi, Brother Cottrell, so to speak. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Verse 3. And it says the advent of these evil was painfully hard for all the people to be our people. It was hard for them to introduction of these things. Just like we got in these modern times, the introduction of perversity. The temple was filled, as a result, with reveling and debauchery by the Gentiles, the Greeks, who took their pleasures with prostitutes and had intercourse with women in the sacred precincts introducing other indecencies besides animals, each other, men to men, women to women. Probably, yeah, whatever they could bring on. They wasn't one sex relationships. They were open all. Come one, come all. Welcome to the parade. March right along with us. And unfortunately, Brother Cartier and Sister Nasanya, we march right along because we don't know who we are, what we are, and what we should be doing. We're totally confused about everything, which has been a key evidence, and the evidence speaks for itself, why we have been reduced to a monstrosity, a mockery. Verse 5, the altar of sacrifice was loaded with victims prescribed by the law as profane. They put pigs on the altar. They put probably ostriches on the altar. They put everything on the altar. They substituted for what the Most High said. It's just like we're substituting what the Most High said in that regards too in these contemporary times. No one might either keep, you can't keep the Shabbat. They said, hey, no, don't worship the Shabbat. Don't do it. Worship on Sunday. Whatever day you pick, good with us. Observe the traditional feasts. No, don't do the feast. Don't do the feast as far as the booths are concerned and so on and so forth. Don't do that. Or so much admit to be. Don't even say who you are. Well, a lot of us confused, Brother Cottrell. We don't know who we are. So we ain't got to say who we are because a lot of us don't. That kind of helps in that way. But those that do, they don't even want you to say, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. It's true. And the evidence speaks for itself. That's why we are humbly proud to say that we are, because we know who we are, what we are, and what we should be doing. We are humbly proud to say who we are because we love the Most High with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength, and our brothers and sisters as ourselves. So there is no shame in our game for us a Real Talk for Real People show is concerned. As far as our livelihood is concerned, praise Yah. So in continuation, in verse 6, no one might either keep the Shabbat, observe the traditional feasts, or so much as admit to being a Hebrew Israelite. And that's why a lot of us, I don't know, man, you crazy, young so you ain't no Hebrew Israelite. You don't know what I am, because certainly you don't know what you are. Verse 7, people were driven by harsh compulsion. They were forced to take part in the monthly ritual meal commemorating the king's birthday. That's why, I love my Isha on her born day. I don't go about having a parade for it. I share love with her. I may give her gifts. I may take her to dinner or whatnot. But I'm not enforcing the way, hey, celebrate my wife's birthday. No, I'm not celebrating. I'm not forcing no one to celebrate my Isha's birthday. But I certainly
want a party.
Because it certainly shows some appreciation for her as a sister, as a mother, as a friend, for us, the nation is concerned. But these, on the other hand, these people, these Greeks, were forcing people to commemorate the king's birthday, this Greek king. And when a feast of the Dionysus occurred, they were forced to wear ivory wreaths on their head and walk in the Dionysiac possession. They were forced to do these things. Verse 8, a decree was issued at the instance of the people of Ptolemais, this Greek city, for the neighboring Greek cities, enforcing, mind you, the same conduct on the Yehudite, the Hebrew Israelites there, obliging them to share in their sight. Y'all better do what we do. Get down, we get down, or we're going to get down on you. Basically, that's what they were saying to our ancient ones. That's why some of us so easily capitulate to the social engineering in our conditioning. Verse 9, and ordering the execution of those who would not voluntarily conform to Greek customs, Greek Roman custom. So it became clear that disaster was imminent for our people. And they said, give you an example, verse 10. For example, 2 women were charged with having circumcised their children. A charge was put upon them. These women were paraded publicly around the town with their babies hung at their breasts, and then hurled over the wall. A lot of y'all said, man, them Portuguese cut our women stubborn oak. They hit the little baby head upside the tree and whatnot. Man, ain't that bad. Well, look here. Our introduction with the Portuguese wasn't the first time this happened. It happened when I introduced you to the Greeks and Romans, universal white race supremacy. Those things happen. They continue to happen. That's why they take a lot of you off Medicaid. Verse 11. Other people who assemble in some nearby caves to keep the 7th-day Shabbat, and they did this without attracting attention, were denounced to Philip, this Greek. And then all burned to death, since their conscience will not allow them to defend themselves on the Shabbat, and out of respect for the holiest of days. So they capitulate from that sense, because we're not going to fight you on the Shabbat. But these people, our enemies, have no conscience, because these Greeks and Romans are concerned. Verse 12, it says, now I urge anyone who may read this book not to be dismayed at all these calamities, but to reflect that such visitation are intended not to destroy our, I don't know, see, that word right there, I don't use that word. You know why I don't use that word race? Because there's a designation of universal right race supremacy. They designed that word, they've utilized that word to their best interest, where they put themselves on top. I much rather use what the Most High used in that regards, as far as these studies is concerned, to destroy our nation, not to discipline. So what it's saying, the Most High has used these measures to discipline us. And certainly by our studies, that certainly has been the case for our ancient one were concerned. And certainly by the looks of it in these contemporary times, it's still the same. If only we humble ourselves, cry out to the Most High, turn to the Most High, turn away from your idolatry, your Zeuses and whatever you got going on, and to accept this discipline. And then from there, gather yourself together. And not simply gather yourself together to get the argue, cuss, fight, and name call, and sometimes kill. No, that's not what the Most High is saying. The Most High says, gather yourself together to do something good, something constructive, something positive, something uplifting, something motivating. But simply gathering oneself to say, for the sake of gathering oneself is simply not enough. Praise the Most High. Verse 13. Indeed, when evildoers are not left alone to their own devices, but incur swift retribution, it is a sign of great benevolence. So what the Most High is saying, when evildoers are not left alone, people just ain't going to change. People, they in it to win it, so to speak. When these people are left for so long to their own devices, but as a result, incur swift retribution, it's a sign of good. Y'all just go put the metal to the pedal on you. That's going to be that on that. But how regards the longevity of it, it's simply to get us to what? Turn back to the Most High. Cry out to the Most High. Gather yourselves together. Do good by your widow women. Do good by your orphan. Do good by your homeless, needy, so on and so forth. And simply learn to do good and trust in the Most High. Verse 14. In the case of other nations, the master waits patiently for them to attain the full measure of their sins before he punishes them. See, we're not like other nations. And so as a result, the Most High waits patiently for them to attain the full measure of their sin before he punishes them. But with us, he has decided to deal differently. Why? Because we are his people. We are his chosen. We didn't choose the Most High. The Most High chose us. In verse 15. Rather than have to punish us later when our sins come forward. So the Most High, just like a little child, I'm not going to wait till the boy gets 16. I'm going to get on that little behind when he gets 6. I'm going to get on that little behind when he gets 10. I'm going to get on that little behind when he gets 11. When he gets 16, it's it. So the Most High treats us in a different fashion. He gets us on our behinds in the very beginning. Reason being because he loves us. We're his chosen people. And so he never entirely withdraws his mercy from us. He may discipline us by some disaster, and that's certainly the case, such as Donald Trump. but he does not desert his own people. Verse 17, let this be said simply by the way of reminder. We must return to our story without more ado. This writer of this book of the Maccabees. And it brings up a story of a man, an elder of humility, an elder that loved the Most High with all his heart, mind, soul, and strength, an elder that loved his brothers and sisters that he loved himself, an elder that didn't want to go along to get along, an elder that wasn't going to be a stepping fetching or a bojanker, an elder that stood by his principles, who stood by the Most High, and certainly stood by, and I'm going to show you how he did it. Eliezer, this elder, one of the foremost teachers of the law, a man already advanced in years and of most noble appearance. He had a way about himself, had his mouth forced open to make him eat a piece of pork. Well, they done got to make it, they put it on TV. And by social engineering and conditioning, and they ain't got to force us. Yum-Soo, shut up. I ain't gonna stop eating that pork. Okay, let's see how it works for you long run. They told me on TV, programming, I need this piece of pork, and I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna like it. And the hell with you, Yum-Soo. I said, okay, I ain't gonna argue with you. Let's see how it works with you at the end. Verse 19. But he, Eliezer, resolved to die with honor rather to live disgracefully. He stood by his principles, walked of his own accord to the torture of the wheel. They, the wheel of, I want you to check this out. Go to the wheel of torture that these Greeks and Romans used to torture us. So he didn't care about none of that. Eliezer said, like one of our Native American brothers, it's a good day to die. Verse 20, having spat this stuff out, as benefit those with the courage to reject what is not lawful to taste rather than to live. Not like some of us. By way of social engineering and conditioning and programming. The people supervising the ritual meal, forbidden by the law because of the length of time for which they had known him. These people our people, that were supervised, that's what we do. We always try to get each other to do dirt and do wrong. Even some family members, even some friends, even some brothers and sisters. The people supervising the ritual meal to the Greek king, forbidden by this meal. Obviously, this meal was not a meal that the Most High said was acceptable to us. Because of the length of time for which they had known him, our brothers and sisters took him aside and privately urged him to have a piece of meat bought of a kind that he could not probably, come on, Yum-Soo. Eat on this meat, man. You know we love you, Yum-Soo. Come on, man. Eat a piece of meat, man. Ain't nobody gonna see nothing. Come on, man. We love you, man. We know you. Yum-Soo, just eat the meat, man. Eat the meat. You can't do what everybody else do. It's not advantageous for us to do what everybody else do. So as a result, prepared by himself. And they told him, only pretend to eat the portion of sacrificial meat as prescribed as a celebration to the king. This pork, this good pork chops, chicken pork chop, not chicken, king pork chop. Just get you some pork chop, Yum-Soo. And just spit it out. There ain't nobody gonna know, but the Most High knows about it. Verse 22. This action would enable him to escape death if he only pretended. People, every pretense ain't a good pretense. Sometimes you got to stand for what you stand and stand on what you stand. By availing himself as an act, that by pretending, what does that say? Putting on the hits as an act of kindness, prompted by their long friendship. So they thought they were doing him justice, our brothers and sisters. Just pretend, play the game, get in where you fit in. No, we can't get in where we fit in. And these are our brother, our elder, is a setting example of how we should comport ourselves within the confines of our captivity, as our ancients did in ancient times. But having taken a noble decision worthy of his years, and the dignity of his great age, and the well-aimed distinction of his great, just like Contrell and I try to do, not by way, I'm just old. There's a lot of old brothers and sisters, ain't doing a damn thing for nobody. But we try to earn our distinction, not simply by our gray hairs, and worthy too of his impeccable conduct from boyhood, above all the holy legislation established by Yah himself. He answered accordingly. Tell them to send me to hell. I like that kind of brother. My kind of brother. I hope he's your kind of brother. Because he's a setting example. Going along to get along won't work for you. Going along to get along will work on you. Pretending, put it on the hits, hadn't worked for us. And the evidence speaks for itself in our regard. So simply said, in verse 25, verse 24, going up. Here's Eliezer response. Pretense, he said, does not benefit our time of life. Pretending. Many young people will suppose that Eliezer, he's speaking in regards to himself in a third person tag. That Eliezer, at the age of 90, had conformed to the form. I'm not going to pretend to be nothing. It is what it is. And then I want to set an example for my young brothers and a sister. He said, I'm not going to do that. Trying to secure your life in a way, you lose your life as the Most High is concerned. So this honorable man at the age of 90 said, I'm not going to conform to the foreigner's way of life. I'm not going to try to get in to fit in. I'm not going to try to pretend to be in it, because reason being, I've lived a good life from the Most High, so he's saying, I suspect. And because I got to leave a fitting example for young brothers and sisters, not having the mindset, I got what I got, and they better get there to hell with them. They do what they do, baby. See, that's why I said on the Real Talk for Real People Study Show, we have been reduced to a monstrosity. I got mine, to hell with the rest of you. Because you don't know universal white race supremacy. You don't know what it is, what it stands for, and what it looks like. You don't know who you are, and what you should be doing. And you're totally confused about anything. And you're willing to sacrifice your brothers, your sisters, your children for the sake of getting a little bit of something that you ain't got a whole lot of damn or nothing. Not fitting like this elder of our nation. Conforming to the foreign's way of life. Verse 25. And because I played this part for the sake of a partridge beat, I'm not going to pretend just for a few minutes of my life. I'm not going to do that. Might themselves, if I did that, these young brothers might themselves be led astray on my account. I should only bring defilement and disgrace on my age. I'm not going to bring defilement and disgrace on my eldership. And at the end, if this the end, I'm going to set an example. Verse 26, even though for a moment I avoided execution, even that's what he said, Eliezer. Even though for a moment I avoided execution by man, I can never, living or dead, elude the grasp of the Almighty. Praise Yah. See, a lot of us got the game twisted. A lot of us got the game twisted. We want these penitents, universal white race supremacy. We want to forsake our way. We want foreign ways. Because we said, because of social engineering and programming, white man ice is better than a brother's ice. White man chicken is better than a brother's chicken. White man way of life is better than our life. And you know there's some truth to that? You know why there's some truth to that? Because we don't study the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, and we certainly don't have no perspective on our people. Praise Yah. He said, and he says, verse 27, Eliezer, therefore, I am man enough to quit this. Hey, it is what it is. Here and now. I shall prove myself worthy of my eldership, so to speak. Verse 28, and I shall have left the young a noble example, my people, instead of being selfish and self-centered and self-deluded, just like some of us are today in these contemporary times. This elder said, I shall have left the young a noble example how to make a good death. It's a good day to die, so to speak. Eagerly and generously for the venerable and holy laws. So saying, they didn't have to come get him. They had to come get there to pull him. He wasn't crying. He wasn't, oh, don't take me. Walk straight to the will of torture, unlike some of us would. Verse 29. While those who are escorting him, our brothers and sisters, reaching so well disposed toward him, turned against him. After his declaration, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? They lost his damn mind. Here, brother, put his ass in the get got. Bring your ass over here, so to speak. Which they had regarded as shit. Young Susan lost his damn crazy ass mind. He talking about some Yah. He's talking about some LM. He talking about some law. He talking about universal white race supremacy. He talking about we confused about everything, although the evidence speaks for itself. And looking at every local television station, he talking about he ain't gonna eat no pork. You better believe it. I'm gonna eat all I can. Young Susan lost his rabbit ass mind. I said this in regards to my fellow elder. How's it working out for you? I say evidence speaks for itself in that regard. As far as our people are concerned, universally speaking. And the madness, going down Alice in Wonder rabbit hole, following everybody else's culture and not knowing your own color and refusing to follow it. How's that working out for you? Not so well, I suspect. Praise y'all for that. Maybe it get you to turn back to him. Maybe it get you to cry out to him, because I can't do it. Maybe it get you to learn how to gather yourself together. Maybe it get you to learn how to do good by your widow women, your orphans, your needy, and so on and so forth, so you won't be kicked off Medicaid. Maybe he'll teach you by virtue of these, Donald Trump's universal white race supremacy, to learn how to love him with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength, your brothers and sisters as yourselves. Maybe he'll get you to simply learn how to do good. And if it works for the Most High, I ain't got no problem with it. Put the heat on them, Donald Trump. Take their Medicaid, take every damn thing they got. That's what I said. For his part, just before he died, under the blows, gave a sigh and said, the LM whose knowledge is wholly sees clearly, just like that song, Wisdom. Though I might have escaped if I faked the funk from all of him, I could have, maybe if I just went along to get along. But he said, I gladly endure these agonies of the body under the lash. And that in my soul, I'm glad to suffer. That's a brother worth emulating. Not just I got mine, y'all get y'all to hell with all y'all, and y'all super crazy ass nigga. And you better eat this pork chop because I got mine. I'm socially engineered and programmed, and you better believe it. Well, Yum Soup ain't gonna eat it with you. If they took Yum Soup right now to the wheel, just like that fellow elder, I'm ready. Hey, you ain't got to pull. I'm gonna walk on with you. Let's do it. It's a good day to die. Praise the Most High. That's how our mindset should be. Stop going along to get along. Stop trying to emulate our enemy. Stop trying to pretend you not who you are just to get a little bit of anything. Praise y'all. And finally, as far as this commendable elder, this is how he died. Leaving his death as an example of nobility and a record of value, not only for the young, but for the greater part of the nation. See, brothers and sisters, fellow elders, you need to leave setting examples for the nation. Not example, hey, I'm going to eat these pork chops. I want everybody to be my friend. I'm going to church on Sunday because I want to go along and get along. Oh, Yum Soup, shut up, fool. I'm going to celebrate all these holidays. I'm going to add some more to it. Because I want to pretend to be who I ain't. Well, you keep pretending. But for me, Yum Soup Ari, and I suspect I speak for my niece Sonia, for me, her and I, we will serve the Most High. Praise and bless his holy name. Miss Sonia, the studies are over with. Your commentaries and Brother Yakanan, his commentary. And then brother, take it. Okay. Stop the press. Stop the press, Yakanan. Okay, sisters first. What's your comment?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. No, it was one. I was as you was reading, I was looking at not chapter. at verse 5 when they said they brought in profane things. So those things, it could have been more than just like a pig. It could have been more profane things that y'all didn't want in the temple, correct?
Exactly. Anything that was prohibited by the Most High, certainly
Yeah.
Esau, they brought on anything that was prohibited. Not simply pork, but anything that was prohibited by the Most High.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Nasanya. Brother Yakanan, good to see you, brother. Your comments and our
Likewise.
commentary.
Yeah, just want to once again say, praise the Most High for giving us strength to keep this thing going. And you forgot one thing.
What's that, my brother?
Yakanan ain't eating no pork neither.
My guy, my brother. Praise Yah. Thank you, Yakanan. Good to hear your voice. Brother Kacha, my dear friend and brother from New York City.
Oh, praise to the Holy One of Israel for another lesson in our history that we could gain wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from. The elder Eleazar, he set an example for the youth and the people was around him, because he had no fear of the people that was about to take his life. What was more important to him was the salvation of his soul. And like you said, that should be our mindset. Life and death, we shouldn't be afraid of that because it's coming anyway. But these brothers proved to be stout men in their time of oppression, and they had wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to know that it ain't just about them. That's about the people around them as well. Praise y'all.
Praise Yah. Thank you, Brother Kacha. Well, fellow students, that ends these studies on the book of Maccabees for the night. And Brother Kacha will proceed in the final segment of study for the night in the book of the prophet Amos, chapter 8, the vision of the summer fruit. Praise Yah. Brother Kacha, you have the mic.
Praise Yah. Giving thanks and praise to the Holy One of Israel for the great prophet Amos. And the prophet Amos is telling us all the things that would happen to our nation way before we got to the book of Maccabees. And the book of Maccabees is the end result of what the prophet Amos is talking about. Because he's in the time of the nation of Israel when he was in Samaria under the 10 tribes. And in chapter 8, he goes on to say, this is what Yah Elohim showed me. And behold, there was a basket of summer fruit. And he said, what do you see, Amos? When I say see a basket of summer fruit, then Yah said to me, the end has come for my people Yisrael. We in trouble. I will not spare them any longer. Yah's patience, his mercy, his loving kindness, his waiting for us to repent and return to him had ran out. He said the songs of the palace will turn to wailing on that day, declares Yah. And these songs of wailing, we call them blues. The corpses will be many in every place. They will throw them out. Hush. And in the book of Maccabees, we've seen how the Greeks treated our women, 2 pregnant women who had circumcised their son. They paraded them around the city and threw them over a wall. Ooh-wee. Maya. Hear this. You who trample on the needy to put an end to the humble of the land, saying, this is what our people were doing before our enemies came. Why would our people trample our own people, our needy people? Oh, but that's what we do today because we don't care about each other. And put an end to the humble. Oh, we don't like humble people. We like proud, arrogant, charismatic men and women. Can't be humble with our people. Our people don't like humble people. That's for sure. When will the new moon be over? Are they anxious to get past Yah's holy days so that we may sell grain? It's all about the money. And the Shabbat, so we may open the wheat market. It's all about the money. We worry about money more than we worry about Yah. And we think money is going to be our salvation. Back then and even now. It ain't about the money. Because money ain't going to save us. To make an ephod smaller and a shekel bigger, they're cheating. And to cheat with dishonest scales, we see that going on every day. They call it inflation. So as to buy the helpless for money and the needy for a pair of sandals, and that we may sell the refuge of wheat. Yeah, scamming people. We got scammers continuing today taking advantage of people when they should be helping people. Yah is sworn by the pride of Yaakov, because we proudful people. We arrogant. We Yisrael. Ain't nobody better. We don't have no humility. Indeed, I will never forget any of their deeds. Yah is marking everything that we do down. How proud and arrogant we are, and the lack of humility that we have. He said, because of this, will the land not quake and everyone who lives in it mourn? Oh, Yah's going to bring judgment to everybody on planet Earth, including arrogant Israel, who don't know how to humble themselves. Indeed, all of it will rise up like the Nile, and it will be tossed about and subside like the Nile of Mizraim. And we don't even know what that's about. But I guess they went through their adversities with that Nile River. And it will come about on that day, declares Yah Elohim, that I will make the sun go down at noon. Woo, y'all ready for that? Sun going down at noon. And make the earth dark in broad daylight. Are y'all ready for that? Because it's coming. Are y'all proud and arrogant who don't want to be humble people? This is coming. And that day, everybody's going to be humbled. When you see the sun go down at noon and the earth is dark in broad daylight, then I will turn your festivals into mourning and all your songs into songs of mourning. Yeah, everybody going to be singing the blues. What's going on? Marvin Gaye. And I will put sackcloth around everyone's waist. Y'all ready for that? And baldness on every head. All right. People spending billions of dollars on cosmetics, getting their hair did, getting their nails done. Okay. Y'all out there doing that? Y'all ready for this day that y'all's about to bring on planet Earth? We ain't talking about the times of Noah. We're talking about the final judgment. And I will make it a time of mourning, like for an only son. And the end will be like a bitter day. And we don't even know what it feels like to lose an only son. But I'm sure it's very painful. Behold, days are coming. Yah's declaring this. He ain't speculating. He ain't making vain promises. He's making a declaration, and we better pay attention. When I will send a famine on the land, what's the famine going to be? Not a famine of bread or a thirst for water, but rather for hearing the words of Yah. Praise Yah. That famine hasn't come, which is why we're still here today, presented to the world the words of Yah. But someday, Yah said it's going to be a famine. Ain't nobody going to hear these words no more. And it's out there for everybody to hear as we speak. People will stagger from sea to sea, which they're doing now, and from north even to the east, which they're doing now. People staggering around the world have no spirituality at all. Everything is mental and physical. How much you can get, how much money you can make. They're not paying attention to Yah's plan. They will roam about to seek the word of Yah. Oh, because it's going to be desperate times. We're rolling into them. But they will not find it. Yah going to shut it up. You had an opportunity to study Yah's word, but now you can't find it. On that day, the beautiful virgins and the young men will faint from thirst. As for those who swear by the guilt of Samaria, and what's the guilt of Samaria? These when our people were worshiping idols and making oaths to the idols of the people, the nation of Israel, and say, as your God lives, Dan, and as the way of Beersheba lives, they will fall and not rise again. So in other words, all of our people who have not studied the word of Yah, who continue to cling to their idols and don't understand Yah's plan, when this day comes and you're calling on your idols, Most High said you're going to fall and not rise again. And that means your soul, because everybody dies. Just like the brother in the book of Maccabees who gave his life not to eat pork because he knew that I can't violate Yah's word and have my soul sustained. I have to be an example, standing up for Yah's word. And the final judgment is really with Yah. So people have a choice. Yah said, choose life and live. And if it means your life that you have to give it up to stand up for Yah's word, so be it. Praise Yah and bless his holy name.
So be it. Praise Yah. My brother said, and bless his holy name. That concludes our studies for the night. But in addition to that, we will be sharing as elders on the council of this nation in captivity. We're sharing the studies and the charter of the nation while in captivity, and the constitution of the nation while in this captivity.
So,
But before we do that,
yes. Before you do that, is there any commentary on the book of Amos? From any?
Is there any comment?
Yes.
Nisanya, Yakanan, any commentary?
Myself, I just was noticing the similarities to reading the Maccabees of what they was being told, what not to do anymore as far as our customs and our our laws, and most in that what Yah was telling us, to do. And Amos was telling us what to do and how to do it. It was just so similar to me to Eleazar and Amos. I was just noticing that.
Praise Yah.
Thank you, Nisanya. Yakanan.
I'm just here for the growth tonight.
My guy, my brother. My brother Katriel, as far as I'm concerned, it was straight to the point. It was simple. There's consequences when you don't follow the Most High word. There are repercussions. And just dancing around idolatry and thinking you're going to get away with it is an act of madness. Praise the Most High.
This is not revelation. Yah's giving us clues about his final judgment. And a lot of our people, we're programmed to eat pork. They don't even have to threaten us anymore. And it's just a shame that Yah's word is there right now for us to study. But there's going to come a point in time where Yah's going to take it back. It's going to be too late. Praise Yah.
And you're certainly correct, Brother Contrell. When the Sonya and I eat out sometimes, we ask for salad. We tell them to don't put any pork on it. They just think it's automatic. Their program put a strip of bacon on it.
And I'm gonna tell you a secret.
What's that?
The stuff we buy at the supermarket,
Right,
is laced with pork. So you probably eating it whether you know it or not.
I believe it, Brother Contrell. I have no reason to doubt you. I believe it.
Well, we're not eating it willingly.
That's true.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. That's true.
Yep. Which shows that we need to control everything that we digest. We're too dependent on them. And they can slip anything. Slip a Mickey on them. Slip that pork in there in the toothpaste. Slip that pork in there in that candy that you're eating. Slip that pork in there in that juice that they're drinking. Huh? Okay. That's what they do.
Amen.
Truth be told. Thank you, Brother Carter. Thank you, Miss Anya. Thank you, fellas.
And we got to also mention that they changed the name as well. So it won't say pork. It will say something else.
Monosodium glutamate.
Or gelatin.
Gelatin. There you go. You got to find. And you got beef gelatin, pork gelatin. You got all different kinds of gelatin.
And if you ain't got your glasses on, you ain't even bother reading those labels, are you?
Oh, we do. We do, Brother Carter.
Okay, read them
Lasagna
labels.
and I did. Well, you know, Brother Carter and Lasagna and Yakana, this is a great moment. You know why it's a great moment? We've gathered ourselves together and we're doing great together to inform our people. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah.
All right. All right. That being said, how we will conclude tonight is this. I will read to you the studies of our charter of the nation while in captivity and the constitution of our nation while in captivity. Once done, I will begin to close out. After that, Nasanya will say her shalom and good night. Brother Duncan will say his shalom and good night. And Brother Catriel will shut the show down with a shalom and good night. Praise Yah. So without further ado, the charter of our nation while in captivity. And it reads as Article 21. The executive branch consists of 4 levels: Executive High Council of Elders, Regional Council of Elders, Area Council of Elders, the Tribe/Camp Community Council of Elders. Article 22. The judicial branch consists of Supreme Tribunal, Regional Tribunal, Area Tribunal, and the Tribe/Camp Community Tribunal. Article 23. The administrative branch consists of all the ministries listed in Chapter 7 of this charter. Chapter 7, Ministries of the Nation. Article 24. United Nations of Israel has various ministries responsible for sectors of government administration, led by a minister or a senior official, which have been responsible for one or more departments, agencies, bureaus, commissions, or other smaller executive, advisory, managerial, and administrative organization. Ministries will be aided or expanded based on the need of the nation. Article 25. The Ministry of Commerce has the responsibility for administering the following departments: agriculture, business development, the International Real Property Trust, and transportation. Other departments and commissions can be added as the need arises. Article 26. The Ministry of Defense and Enforcement has the responsibility for the international, domestic, regional, and local security of the nation's interests and assets. This ministry interacts with law enforcement officials from other government and jurisdiction. Article 27. The Ministry of Education has the responsibility for the education needs of the citizenry. That ends right here for the night on the charter. And here is the Constitution of this nation while in captivity. Economic, social, and cultural freedoms and rights. Article 30, property. Property shall be inviolable. No person shall be deprived of his property, nor may it be restricted except when so required by the nation's interests, as prescribed by law, subject to fair compensation, which may not be below market value. Article 31, inheritance. The right of inheritance shall be guaranteed. Article 32, righteous earning and commerce. Freedom of earning and freedom of full and open commerce shall be guaranteed. Article 33, copyright. Freedom of creation and publishing all works. Article 34, protection of elderly and disabled persons. Elderly and disabled persons shall be guaranteed social protection, not unlike Donald Trump. Article 35, state of emergency. All citizens shall be obliged to participate in the prevention and elimination of threats during the course of a state, or local, regional, and national emergency. Article 36, health care. Everyone shall be entitled to health care. Amendments specifying the constraints and limitation of prospective health plans are forthcoming. Article 37, everyone shall be entitled to quality education. Article 38, state and environment. All citizens shall act in rejuvenating and preserving the environment. Praise God. I will start back tomorrow on the Constitution. Praise the Most High. That being said, Brother Katra and I, the Sonia, and Brother Yuccanon, we've done our due diligence. The Sonia, by way of being the administrator of the show, Brother Yuccanon, by providing his great comments and love for the nation, and Brother Katra, for providing his humility and love for the nation and the studies in these studies as far as the nation is concerned. And Yamsu does simply what Yamsu does, provide this format for the nation. That being said, we've done our due diligence, the moral obligation as far as our nation is concerned, in the best interest of our nation. But as far as Brother Cottrell and I, as far as these studies are concerned, we can do no more in this regard. It's incumbent upon you to do something for yourselves. The Most High Word is going to work in spite of us, but beneficially, meditating on the Most High Word, clinging to the Most High Word, trusting in the Most High Word, relying on the Most High Word works better for you individually if you activate it. You work it. Praise the Most High and bless His holy name. And shalom, we love you, and good night. Sister Nasanya.
Yes, sir. I want to say all praises, shalom, and good night.
Thank you, Esau. Brother Yochanan.
May the Most High bless and keep all of us. Shalom.
Praise you. Thank you, Brother Yochanan. Praise Yah. Brother Cottrell closes out. Praise Yah.
Thanking Yah for his loving kindness and his tender mercies towards us. May the words of our mouth, the meditations of our heart be acceptable to him, our rock, our king, our redeemer. And may he make peace between us while we ask one from another. All praise to the Holy One in Israel. We love y'all. Shalom and good night.
You heard my brother. We love y'all. But y'all hears those that ain't working, but you hear them doing something else too.
It's my jam.
Yeah, my y'all love that. My y'all love that.
Moses went up the mountain for 40 them days. He didn't know eat, he didn't know sleep. The price he had to pay. The Father called him up there to give him the law. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder. Elohim is all. Listen to that. I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. Singing over there. I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. Singing over there. Elohim said to Moses, your people have sinned. Get down from this mountain of perversion, there's no end. Go handle your business or I strike them dead. Go punish all the leaders for all the blood they shed. Listen to that. I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. Singing over there. I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. Singing over there. I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. Singing over there. Listen to me. I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. Singing over there. Said to Moses, I hear the sound of war. Moses said it don't sound like war, it's like a party going on. Listen to me, I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. Singing over there. I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. Singing over there. I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. Singing over there. I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. Singing over there. I hear them jumping, jumping. I hear them singing, singing, singing over there. singing over there.
That's it, baby. Show is over.